The women that we work with are probably the most marginalized people that there are. I can't really think of a more marginalized or oppressed population or a group of women that have more of a stigma around them. The average age of entry into the sex industry is 13 worldwide and closer to 12 in the States. And they are women that are told that they are prostitutes or whores or throwaways for their entire life, that they're worthless, when really most of them started doing this before they were legally able to consent to even have sex. They're also, in that, really the strongest women you could ever meet. They have overcome things that I would crumble underneath, that they've been to really dark places that most of society wants to pretend don't exist. And they are really strong, and they are overcomers, and they don't really know that. And that's what we hope to try to help them figure out.
They've just been hurt in some of the deepest ways you could have hurt another human being.
There's reasons why people did it, or, probably because they got raped before, or that they were in a situation where they had to do it to take care of themselves or take care of. Yeah, and it's just at that point in time you're not thinking that it's hurting yourself or hurting other people.
Just being able to come alongside them, even in small ways or big ways, being able to share Christ's hope with them and his love is such an amazing privilege. I just think it's a really unique opportunity to serve these women that have been really discarded by a lot of people in our society, and kind of they're social pariah. A lot of times people think very lowly of people in the sex industry.
We originally were started as an outreach project through a ministry, and we started to go out on the East Colfax corridor and just minister to the women out there and provide them with resources, referrals, sometimes cookies, and just pray with them and love on them. And really we began to see that there was such a huge need for this specific population of women, that they needed access to housing, to medical care, to food, to hygiene, to more intensive case services. And so we really began to get familiar with the population and see how we could best serve them. We stay true to our roots, and we do outreach about once a quarter, and so we will still go out on the East Colfax corridor and talk with the women, hand out hygiene, hand out our information, and let them know that there's an alternative to what they're currently doing, and that there's something different out there for them.
The women we serve at Streets Hope are, they're not just people leaving the sex industry. They have a lot of issues going on that makes it a really intense population to serve, that requires a lot of different forms of treatment. So not only do they have to be leaving the sex industry, whether it's sex trafficking or pornography, escorting, prostitution, any of those kind of forms of sex work, they also typically have mental illness. They often have precarious housing or homelessness. They often have dealt with all forms of abuse, physical, sexual, emotional.
When I came in and I had that letter about the first thing she says, welcome home, I cried, because it's been a long time since I've had a home. And I kind of wondered where I was going. I missed it real bad.
On site, we provide obviously the shelter component. We provide access to a food bank, access to a clothing bank, and access to a hygiene bank. Along with those basic needs, we also offer things like intensive case management. We offer group therapy 5 days a week, and so that's anything from trauma recovery and empowerment to addictions group, to boundaries and healthy relationships, things like that. We also offer individual trauma therapy for the women to work through a lot of their past trauma that happened in childhood and young adulthood.
A lot of us are privileged to not have been, victims of so much violence and abuse and things like that. And I think just taking that, the benefit of having healthy relationships and be able to pour out what you've been given into the life of someone that doesn't really know what it's like to have someone just love them, no strings attached, or just show up and care about them and give them a meal or paint their bedroom to make it pretty for them. They can feel at home here at Streets Hope.
Streets Hope envisions a healthy community void of sex trafficking in the commercial sex industry, where every woman is empowered and really restored to her dignity.
And it's not just because I have to be here, it's because I want to be here. I mean, everyone has a choice what they want to do in life, and for you guys just to be here to try to help women, you know, get past their milestones, or give them hope and faith, and put God into their lives, and just the little things that you guys do, as far as, you know, having volunteers come over here and asking volunteers, why are you here? Why do you do this for us? And it's all the same thing, you know. We want to help you women. We care about you, and it's hard to believe that so many people out there really care about what we do or what type of people we want to be.